Stetson Bennett has signed his rookie deal with the Los Angeles Rams, right? He went from wearing that mailman hat at those camps all that time ago to being an NFL quarterback and a guy that makes more than $1 million a year, right? He's going to be Matthew Stafford's backup on the Los Angeles Rams. And the story is legendary, and the college part of it is over, and he's in the NFL now. And good for him, man. Good for Stetson Bennett. Ryan Curley from Dawg Post here, talking about Stetson Bennett, the NFL, his contract, just a little bit of Georgia Bulldog quarterback stuff from the Los Angeles Rams. Look, that guy on the cover. He's making over $1 million per year in the NFL. Both of these books are available down below. If you want the 2023 preview magazine for free, order Double Dogs. Or you can get it separately if you already got Double Dogs. And if you missed out on the deal, I do apologize. But Stetson Bennett, he is going to be 29 when he is done with his rookie contract. And it's funny. It is funny because, entering the league as a 25-year-old, I think he's going to turn 26 in the middle of the season, which means he is going to be about 29 when when he's looking for that second contract. He's going to be almost 30 years old. This is what he got. 2023, he's going to make $750,000 with about $175,000 in bonus. Then his salary goes up to $915,000. Then it goes up to $1.3 million or $1.03 million, and then $1.145 million for Stetson Bennett. I would love to know how much NIL money Stetson Bennett was making, all right? Or how much NIL money did he make during his last year at Georgia? I would love to know that. Do we think it was more than $1 million? I kind of think so, right? I think it's got to be over $1 million. I don't know the figure. I know some people try to keep up with it, but 4th round pick, right? I mean, 2 Georgia quarterbacks in the NFL on a roster. I don't know exactly let's look up Jake Fromm's deal right now. Jake Fromm, NFL. According to Wikipedia, he is still on the Commanders, I think. But Stetson, I talked about this a little bit, I think a couple months ago. Don't be surprised if Stetson finds himself starting an NFL game for the Rams at some point, right? Matthew Stafford, obviously a Super Bowl winning quarterback, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. And I think he's more talented than Stetson, don't get me wrong. He hasn't been healthy, right? He's dealt with injuries. The Rams are in a really, really, really weird stage, right? Like, if you just look up their roster, winning the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and then you look up what they're dealing with, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. You still got Cam Akers on that roster. It's an interesting situation. And Stetson, I think, is just going to get an opportunity to compete. He's going to get an opportunity to learn behind Matthew Stafford, learn what it means to be a professional, learn what it means to be an NFL quarterback, learn what it takes to succeed at that level. He's in a great situation, and he just inked that deal. Man, I would love to see the look on. I mean, at this point, I'm not surprised anymore, right? And 2-3 years ago, Ryan Curley would have been like, "You're a crazy man. He's a 4th round pick. He's making money. He's going to be the backup quarterback. He did all that he did at Georgia." I would have told you were crazy if I learned any of that information. Obviously, I'm not shocked by this anymore, just because we all lived through this and we've seen it. But he's made a name for himself, man, and he's probably making more money than he ever thought he was going to, right? I mean, this is a guy who a year ago, or maybe just a little bit more than a year ago, they were talking about law school. They were talking about all these business ventures that he was maybe going to get into. And now he's an NFL quarterback who just signed a piece of paper that's going to earn him over $4 million over the next 4 years, right? So for him, it's completely changed. And at Georgia, you know what he did. You know what he did. He earned it. People still seem to be like surprised, like, I can't believe this guy is getting this contract. Well, dude was one of the best college quarterbacks of the last couple of years, and is he not the most legendary sports figure in Georgia history at this point? Is it? I mean, obviously Herschel, obviously Vince Dooley, Kirby. does anyone have a crazier story than Stetson? When it's all said and done, Kirby Smart will have the most accomplishments of any Georgia Bulldog, right? And he played, and he had some accomplishments on the field, and that adds to his legacy. But as far as just a player's career, Stetson Bennett, it was, to be cheesy, it was a roller coaster ride. And if this is like, you know what? I was gonna give an awful Six Flags analogy, and I'm sparing you from that because it was terrible. As I crafted it on the fly, it got worse. But it was a roller coaster ride for Stetson that ended with 2 rings and a lot of individual accolades. And I think that we saw him with an NFL-minded offensive coordinator in Todd Monken, a guy that knows what he's doing, a guy that knows how to make people succeed. And he gets to go and play with Sean McVay, one of the other offensive geniuses in this sport. I just don't think all I think about is I think we're going to see Stetson Bennett on the field in the NFL, and a lot of people are really going to eat their words when they see that. Links are down below for these books. Stetson Bennett is making $4 million in the NFL.